Life is like an ocean which never calms down. All that one has to do is learn to swim in these waters and master how to remain calm. Many a times we are faced with situations which are complex and painful. But one of the best lessons which we learn during this entire journey is that things which hurt us the most bring out the best in us. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dr. Tapaswini's Corner. That's me, and I work as a head and neck cancer surgeon at Fortis Hospital, Delhi. In the midst of uncertainty, if we keep determination in our thoughts, it becomes a guiding light before us. This not only helps us to turn our worries into worship, but also helps turn battles into blessings. Such is the story of our today's head and neck cancer survivor, Mr. Shreenivasan Jha. You are a senior producer and an associate editor with the India Today television. Reuters, ANI, IANS have been various news agencies where you have rendered your services in the past. Also trained as a lawyer, you are engaged with 2 law firms for legal aid for the past 2 decades. Your areas of special interest have been an international diplomacy and Indian politics, Hindi literature, Hindustani music, natural science, and geography have been your areas of key interest as well. Welcome, Shri, to the program, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show today, primarily because I have been part of your journey with cancer too. Welcome.
Thank you very much for blessing me to this platform. I'm very much glad to be here and to share my experiences with all the audiences.
You know, life has a knack of throwing unexpected punches. And if we look at your story, you'd been religiously following up with your doctor for a white patch on your tongue. And one fine day, the news breaks that the so-called innocuous looking lesion is cancer. So how was this news broken to you?
Yes, that is a very vital point of time of my life. When I, first of all, actually, I was just suffering from a minor fungal infection.
Okay.
That was that was noticed very long ago, and I met a doctor. He treated me well, and he told me that this is nothing. This is minor fungal infection, and it will go by itself. But some medication he prescribed, and I followed that. After some time, he thought that we should go for some biopsy.
Okay.
And for biopsy, we went, and it was nothing. It was negative. There was no carcinogenic element or something that could come. But later on, again, the medication, I was just continuing the medication. And after some time, 6 months or so, he again noticed something remarkable on my tongue, and he told me to go for second time biopsy.
Okay.
And it was done. And then, after a year or so, it was like a bombshell to me when I listened that this is well differentiated squamous cell carcinoma. This was a simple medical jargon, but it was a bombshell to me. I cannot express in my word that how it impacted my mind for some time, and how I recovered from that, and how I cooled and calmed myself just to proceed for the treatment.
But when the news was given to you, did you feel that as if your journey or your life's journey was coming to an end?
Yes, obviously. Actually, this disease is so dreaded. And there are so many speculation and so many taboos making rounds among people in society that we were aware about. That cancer is not treatable. This was in my mind. And this was deep in my mind.
All right.
And nobody was there to tell me that it would be treatable and it would be treated well and you can survive. Nobody was to convince me. This was a major setback to my mind, which question was not answered anyway by so many experts, even medical experts. They never came to give me the idea that yes, you can survive with the full strength and full spirit.
Okay. So, when it came to treatment, you took rounds of so many hospitals in Delhi. So, as a patient, what were the factors which made you choose your treating team?
I went from doctor to doctor, door to door, hospital to hospital, and the simple questions,
Right.
two questions I asked to them. One, would it be completely out of my body? Second, second, am I going to be treated well here, or should I go somewhere else? And the third was, which place is better equipped?
All right.
But the three questions were not properly answered by any doctor or any expert in the manner I expected from them. Like I was asking them to convince me that yes, this disease is no new. The whole world is suffering from it. Not a corner is left behind. And everyone knows about it who is expert of this, and they can treat it very well. And the prominent thing that the SOP of the treatment is world over similar. There is no difference there. And this I came to know when I met you and Dr. Sandeep Mehta. Then I got to know that yes, the SOP world over is the similar way the people are being treated, and it is treatable. And treatable means there is data, there is evidences, so many evidences are there that can convince you or anyone else that yes, one can survive after the treatment, full course of treatment, and that I am here.
Right. So, what were your fears pertaining to the treatment?
Yes, the simple thing, the fear was that yes, one doctor told me that see, this grows exponentially, and which moment it is going to grow up to which level, we doctors even don't know. So this was like very ambiguous thing. How can I, being a patient and being a non-medical person, how can I understand that whether I am just getting the treatment in right way or whether I am just getting rid of this disease? So there was no convincing thing. So this was very dreaded.
Okay. So, Shri, what I feel, whenever a problem arises, there are three things that one should do. One is face it, fight it, and finish it. So running away from the problem, it only increases your distance from the solution. And I'm sure in this whole journey, you would have understood how it is to be faced and how it is to be fought. But did at any point of your time, did you think of an option of alternate treatment? A lot of people opt out for various other treatments.
Yes, you are right. I went to homeopathy doctor also. I went to Ayurvedic expert also. But they were not giving me the solution, solution. They were not in themselves that much convinced that the man who is asking the question had some answer with me. They were not sure. And they were not in a proper manner just going to give me the answer and solution that yes, you remain here with me and I will cure you. Nobody. No other path, no other medical science, I think, is that much capable of. And the treatment that is known to allopathy, I think, is the most convincing and most trustable one.
Okay.
That I got from all the experts, meeting all the experts.
Right. So you underwent a radical resection of your tongue, in which almost two-thirds of your tongue has been surgically taken out. But even after that, your speech is so clear and your almost eating habits have come back to normalcy. So, what is the message that you would like to give our listeners at this point of our conversation?
Yes, this is the vital question. I think this must be this must be listened by all who are interested in knowing about this thing. Because first of all, so feeling must come to you anyhow. First, you have to convince yourself that yes, I have to finish it. I have to fight it and finish it.
Yes.
I am not going to survive with it. I'm just going to survive living it out. So this
Absolutely.
spirit must be enlightened in yourself. First, and the second step comes that you must go into the hands of the good expert, nurturing expert, careful expert, who can lovingly share your problems, who can lovingly solve your problems. And
Absolutely.
the human angle and the emotional angle must come first for doctors. And they must be emotional rather than medical. I felt it very much, and I found it very much here only with you all. And then my thought became more stronger and stronger as I finished my uh, treatment by and by.
Right. So, what I wanted to project here, right here, is how beautifully you speak, despite a surgery which has been performed so radically on your tongue. You know, a lot of patients fear surgery of the tongue because they feel that at the end of it, they will not be able to communicate, they'll not be able to articulate, they'll not be able to swallow as what they were. So, here you are, a classic and a live example to all our listeners. So, Shri, tell us,
Yes,
you know, there in life there are real challenges and we find solutions for it. So, what's important is to have a positive state of mind while you're dealing with this. Do you think how
yes.
correct does this statement fit into this particular situation?
The positive spirit that is very much commonly known to all of us, that be positive to fight something. But how to be positive? This
Exactly.
is the main question. How to
Yes.
be positive? That I got in a word that Dr. Sandeep Mehta, he told me. I was very much perturbed. I was not being convinced. I was not being convinced by Dr. Sandeep Mehta also. He told me that you go into the open field. I cannot, I cannot forget those words for my whole life. That you
Mm-hmm.
go into open field and you look at the sky and ask yourself, why me?
Uh-huh.
This will give you all the answers. And really, this gave me all the answers. Why me? I have miles to go. I have to live.
Yes.
I'm a very strong soul. Why should I not live? Why
Yes.
should I not live? And why should I not come out of this all mess that has been created by probability of life and this earthly matters and this world? So why should I not keep my spirit out and keep myself sail across? So that way I got that positive sense and positive spirit. And that is keeping me afloat till date and hope to keep me afloat whole of my life.
Right. That's really inspiring, Shri, to hear. You know, we all have three things in common. One, we all get stuck in something or the other. We have a journey to complete, and we all have our destination. So, how do you explain all this from your life profile? Where do you get stuck? What is your final destination? What do you think it would be?
See, there is a saying that if someone is satisfied with all the achievements that he has,
Okay.
then this is the end of life. Satisfaction must not be there with your life. You must be dissatisfied every time that I have to do more and more. I have to achieve more and more. And this keeps you going. So this is the main spirit that I am just keeping abreast, and that is keeping me afloat. And that way I'm just going on.
Lovely, lovely. So what are the things that you feel you should be grateful for?
Obviously, God's grace is the first thing I'll be grateful. And I would thank on this occasion and every moment of my life, I would thank my God that I have been given a new lease of life, and that through the medical experts like Dr. Sandeep Mehta and Dr. Tapaswini Pradhan. No less than that. I take them to be, this is not a exaggeration, but I take them to be the God, and God in shape of human bodies for me. And I think many more would come to you and feel like that. So this is my gratefulness and this is my gratitude.
Thank you so much, Shri. And with this, I get reminded of a quote by William Author. And he says, feeling the gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it.
Yes, that I also feel. One must be grateful to every particle of this world. And when such things, such incident come to anyone's life, and he is just getting benefited by beautiful souls on earth who are happy to help you, who are happy to serve you, who are happy to care for you, then why should one not be grateful? How can one not be expressing their gratitude to such a beautiful soul like you and Dr. Sandeep Mehta?
You know, the word cancer itself fills you with fear. So what was that thing which kept you sane all the while?
There was a change of philosophy of my life at that time. I started thinking like that I should do something productive. Right. Because you never know when your life is going to end. Okay. So this was one thought that came to my mind. And so I started fulfilling my wishes, long wishes. One of the wishes was that I should read Vedas. And I started reading Vedas. First of all, I took up this Rig Vedas. Okay. And I started reading it. And I tried every time to get the philosophy of Vedas, why it was written, what is the thing that one should get from it, and what is all there which can be spread to all the world. There was one line in Veda, that Rig Veda, that I can cite here, that Anu Bhadrah Kratuvo Yantu Vishwatah. Let all the noble thoughts come from all sides. This was one thing that I got from there. Always, all the recharge verses of Rig Veda, told me that you must be grateful to every moment, to every particle, to every surrounding, whichever is just going to support you, because you are whatever you are with the support of your surrounding, with the support of every particle. So you must be grateful, and you must be grateful to God. So this is the one message I can summarize. It was a time period. Okay. When cancer was just haunting in my mind. Right. And every time I was just haunted by that thought. But now, after the treatment, I forget those all things, those all feelings, and those all negative things, or the speculation, apprehensions, everything I've just forgotten. There is nothing as such in my mind. And right. I am feeling like a normal person as I was before. But is there something which worries you the most? Nothing like that. I'm very much sure of my life with the treatment. And once I decided to have some careful hand that I have, and that way I am going on.
Right.
So nothing is worrisome, and nothing is there that can worry me.
That's what Leo Buscaglia had said. Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy. In fact, deep down in the human spirit, there is a reservoir of courage which always awaits to be discovered. So let's not worry what's going to happen in the future, and what has happened can never be remedied. Who and what all was your greatest support during these trying times?
My wife
Uh-huh.
was greatest support every time, and my sister-in-law, the younger sister of my wife, was a support like nothing. I was I was very much banking upon these two ladies, beautiful souls, who supported me in this distress period when I was completely disappointed of my life, and hope was vanishing time and again, diminishing time and again. And these two ladies just supported me like a rock, and I am here to survive on that rock.
So nice to hear, lovely Shri. You love a lot of music, right? Hindustani, classical
Yes.
music. Is there any song which kept you alive during the entire period? Was that you would love to listen to when you were low?
I love music. I love listening music. Pandit Jasraj, one bhajan, Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Wow.
Every time it was reverberating in my mind and I was listening it on my mobile phone every time. So this was another support for me, for my soul, and it was just soothing me whenever I was just feeling pain inside. So
Wow.
this music, this Hindustani music has also a lot to do with all those who want any support from outside. Music has tremendous strength and spirit. If you listen to it, you will feel it.
Yes, you feel that peace in yourself. If you look at the modern world, and if it's correct to say that we have less of time with us to press that pause button and appreciate the beauty of life. So, what and how would you comment on this now that you've gone through so much? Do you think life is too short to be repenting or to be regretting or to just move back and look into the past? Or you should only look forward and be positive about everything?
Yes, sure. This is a question which must be pondered over. You must look at your past just for your own omissions, where you missed on the things, and not anything else. And you must look forward. Like me, it may be that I delayed in getting the treatment,
Okay.
or it may be that I delayed in getting to other doctors, or it may be I delayed to go to some other path or somewhere else. But yes, this is the only omission that might be my omission or might not be. So this is also of no use to think over.
Right.
As I have just got the treatment and I am surviving very well, I am speaking very well, I can speak very well.
Yes.
So why to look at the past? Why not to welcome and greet whatever has been given to me now in this new life? That way I think.
Yes. So I think we all agree here, both of us, and I'm sure the listeners are going to agree to us that what seems to be bad at one point of time can turn out to be the best thing to happen. So when you heard it was cancer, I'm sure the things you thought life has got shattered. But today, when we hear from you, it's like a new journey that you have ventured upon and that you have started upon. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I can share here my mind also. After I got treatment and now that I can speak, I am very much quiet to join legal profession. I'm just declaring it here, announcing it here, because that is my first love.
Okay.
I came to journalism later that I should join legal profession. I should prove and achieve there also. That way I'm thinking to change my life also.
Okay, Shri. So when we look at this pandemic that we are all going through, and it's been quite a life-changing experience for many of us, for most of us, in fact, world over. And a lot of people have started thinking out of the box. So how in your profession have you improved, or as a survivor, how has the pandemic changed your life?
That is another good question. It touched me very much because I came out of frying pan and went into the fire. This was the feeling. Because I got out of this dreaded disease, my doctors convinced me, and there was a smile on my face. But again, the pandemic came, and there was lots of speculation and everything that, oh, those who are comorbid, those who are suffering from ailments like cancer, heart disease, may be caught up with this deadly disease again. So I was confined to a room in my house and kept like an animal in the cage. That problem also came to me. COVID also came to me.
Yeah.
Yes, but the spirit was completely lit there, and that was never darkened, and I came across again.
Wow. You believe a lot in meditation. Do you think
Yes.
that it helps us to cope up with a situation like this or diseases like this?
So many things are there that can soothe your soul. So
Yes.
one is meditation also. But I do not conform with meditation word. Actually, meditation word is a similar word for our own culture's dhyan. Actually, I was practicing dhyan without thought. Go into the vacuum and keep your soul afloat in the vacuum and space, and don't think that you are cased in a body, earthly body. That is the true meditation I did, and it gave me lot of calmness and coolness and solace to my soul. And I was able to keep the stress out every time. So this was my meditation practice that I did during pandemic period also, during other period also, like when my treatment was going on, and till time I'm just going on like that.
So nice to hear, Shri. Now that
Yes.
we are coming to end of this program, tell us what would be your final message to our listeners.
Yes, the simple thing is eat, drink, and be merry. This is the main philosophy of life. Don't think about yourself. Don't think what is going to happen, and don't think what has happened. Just make your present better. This is the truth coming from age to age, and this is my message, that you think about yourself, that how to keep yourself going on. This is the life, nothing else. Because life is completely based on probability. And the life that keep you afloat, I always say this is that life is a travel, a journey between your longings and belongings. So every time you long to belong, but you never belong. This is the
Correct.
problem with common people. So every time you try to belong something and don't long that much, whatever comes to you, you just try to belong something. Once you try to belong something, you will find that your life has come full circle.
Thank you so much, Shri. It's so wonderful talking to you and lovely to listen to this inspiring story of yours and the journey that you have had. Thank you once again. Life is like a pendulum with swings between joy and sorrow, loss and gain, victory and defeat. But in this entire journey, what we learn is not to be carried away by either of the extremes. In fact, most of the things which happen are beyond our control. At times, it feels very hard to move on, but once you move on, you realize it was the best decision that you've ever made. So treat all difficulties in life as divine blessings. Thank you, Shri. Thank you to all the listeners. See you next week in another episode. Till then, goodbye.